everybody, welcome back. This is Mackenzie Horner here, coming at you from Before the Downbeat, a musical podcast. I am once again joined by the Canadian B. Arthur, director extraordinaire, Autumn Smith.
Mac, you're hired. I'm just going to bring you around everywhere with me, and you can introduce me to everyone I meet.
I will happily do that.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome. So far you've heard our lovely episodes on intro to musicals.
Yes.
You've heard our lovely episodes on West Side Story.
You bet.
And now we will be jumping ahead in the musical theater timeline to the rip-roaring mega musicals of the 80s.
You got it.
With what, Autumn?
Here we go. Chess.
King and queen and rook and bishop, knight and pawn all took on the look we know today. The modern game was born.
And in the end, we see a game that started by mistake in Hindustan, unboosted in the main by waters, now around become the simplest and most complicated pleasure yet devised, but just the kind of mind who would appreciate this well-researched and fascinating yarn.
One Night in Bangkok.
Not the board game. Not the board game. The actual musical. Woo! I'm excited about this one.
Yes, Autumn, you chose this musical.
I did.
So
I certainly did.
Why did you choose this show in particular for one of our first episodes?
You know what? It is. I totally geek out over this musical. It's written by the guys of ABBA.
That's true. That would do it.
So as a child of the 80s, I would be disowned if I did not like this musical. And it's my favorite lyricist, Tim Rice. So they came together and worked on this musical. This is pre-Mamma Mia, everyone. I know everyone knows a Mamma Mia. But to me, this is a far more interesting and elaborate musical.
Oh, absolutely. This show has way more plot depth than Mamma Mia. Mind you, Mamma Mia still has a cute family plot, but it's compared to the Americans versus Russians and the whole concept of the Cold War and how it's an allegory in chess. Like you can get a lot into this musical in particular.
I really love it. And you basically just gave away the plot line.
Well, why don't you give us a little bit more an in-depth kind of rundown of what this plot is?
It basically revolves around a Cold War era chess tournament between two grandmasters.
Right.
One, Freddie from the U.S.
Yep.
And Anatole from the USSR.
Yes.
Which is now Russia.
Yep.
And basically, it's a chess tournament. But everything that goes into that and the intricate relationships that surround it with the Freddie's fellow American Florence, and she falls in love with a Russian, and the Russian wants to defect to the U.S., but he's married, and it's very intricate.
Poor
like
Svetlana
of chess.
It is.
I know, poor Svetlana.
Anatoly's wife. She does not get a fair rap in this musical.
Yeah,
she's really pushed aside.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
But she has some great songs in there.
Absolutely, she does. We'll get into those songs.
It's loosely based on Bobby Fischer.
Yes.
So
yes, and that whole chess tournament that took place.
It's a huge allegory for the Cold War tensions.
It is.
And Florence is from Hungary, so that plays into it.
And you also got the Russians having their secret Rocky chess master villain that they bring out in Act 2.
Oh yeah.
To fight Anatoly, which is like right out of Rocky 3.
Oh yeah. No, it's great. Rocky 3. I can't believe you brought that up.
Well,
that's great. Why not?
It's once again, it's America versus Russia with the worded out of Russia.
Digress for a moment.
Okay, go.
I just heard that they made a new Rambo movie.
They did.
It sounds terrible.
To be honest, the reviews haven't been fantastic from what I understand. Rambo's never been one of those movies that I've gotten into. My mother loves Rocky. I don't get Sylvester Stallone's accent in that movie.
I find him. I don't get any of it.
Actually, it's funny enough. My friend's mom actually met Sylvester Stallone.
No
when
way.
she was in Vegas. He walked into the elevator that she was in. Shout out to you, Penny. Sure enough, she turned in and said, "Oh, Mr. Stallone." He went, "Hello."
That's hilarious. Apparently, he's a massive racist.
Oh,
Something
great.
else I learned.
Well, there you go. Sylvester Stallone.
Well, I was listening to my other favorite podcast.
Oh, what says that?
My Favorite Murder.
My Favorite Murder? Okay. Wait, is he on that for some reason?
Shout out to that. No, they were just talking about it. They talk like this
Okay.
at the beginning of their episodes.
Gotcha.
And we're talking about it this week, and I'm like, that sounds terrible. So we talked to Rocky, and now we're talking Rainbow. So there you go. There you go.
Perfect.
What's new in the world?
It's true. Have you seen any new shows lately?
Have I seen any new shows? No, I have not. That's really sad.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm like on TV.
No. I mean, like plays, musicals, anything like that.
No, I haven't.
No?
I'm going to see The Election at Theatre Passe Muraille.
Ooh, let me know how that is.
I will.
I'm going to see Little Shop of Horrors tomorrow in Stratford.
I'm jealous.
And then
that's one we could do. I love that musical. In fact, my beautiful little man Reed just bought a Venus flytrap.
Fantastic.
So maybe he can be a guest visitor.
Absolutely.
And talk a little bit about the plant itself.
Perfect. When we get to that musical, absolutely.
Yes.
And then last week, I saw The Front Page at the festival.
Oh, how was that?
It actually was pretty good. I would say the first act is the slowest out of the three. Once the first act kind of wraps up toward the end, it really picks up because it's based off a 1920 play that was entered into the movie.
That's right.
And now it's being turned back into an updated version of the play again.
Oh, okay.
So it still works like within the three-act structure.
Who wrote the adaptation?
Let me check. Hold on.
Because I saw a version of The Front Page in Marietta, Georgia. How random is that?
Parade reference for anybody who will be listening later on down the road.
Right, Marietta, Georgia. Years ago, my friend Monica Williamson, who I went to Oxford with, that sounds like so bougie. I'm sorry. it is true. I did do that. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to stop that.
Yeah.
But she was starring in The Front Page.
Did she play Cookie?
She did.
I love that character.
In Marietta. So that's my only...
Yeah. So it was directed by Graham Abbey, directed the production, and it was adapted by Michael Healy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Ben Carlson stars as like the main reporter guy, the one that's leaving, and you got what's her name? Playing Cookie. Hold on.
Oh, Matt Beatty?
Yeah, playing Cookie.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, and then you got Juan Chiron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's playing the mayor, which is like hysterical. Him and what's his name?
How do you say his? It's Kioran.
Juan Kioran.
He's great.
And then you also got Michael.
He's a great singer.
He is. He played Perron in Evita in Stratford. He was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And he also played Petruchio in Kiss Me Kate in Stratford as well.
That's good.
And then Michael Shearer as Sheriff Hartman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The two of them together, Juan and Mike, were absolutely an hysterical combo.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And they killed it, especially now with all the modern politics that go on. There's so many little references, like the one moment where the reporters ask, "Are you working with Russia?" And the whole audience breaks out laughing because the question goes to the mayor and he goes, "Absolutely not."
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Michael Healy writes a lot about
politics.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But our current political climate, right? Like,
yeah, there's a lot of great. This musical was This play was absolutely wonderful. I would say if they tightened up the first act just a little bit because it took a little while to get into the plot.
Yeah.
But once they tighten that up just a bit, it would be.
So they should.
Have a dramaturg.
Go see it.
Yes, absolutely. Go see it before the season ends in November.
It's an early morning for us.
It is.
And I was out singing karaoke last night.
What is your karaoke song?
Oh, I have a few.
Okay.
I have a few.
Any from musicals?
Sarah and I last night did A Whole New World.
Good one.
From Aladdin.
Yep.
I also braved Let It Go, which was... I love that you are supportive.
Yeah.
But no. But like...
You guys should have done Bosom Buddies from Mame. You two could kill that song.
Yeah.
Mame, that's another one we got to talk about.
Yeah, we got to talk about Mame. No, I like musicals are really hard to find on karaoke.
That's weird.
I know. Otherwise,
let's get on that, people.
Be singing a little bit of chess.
Yes. Someone else's story.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other ones too.
Yeah. Okay, tangent. We kind of gone on a little bit of a
that
tangent
was great,
here.
That was a good tangent.
It was. We got to kind of update people on the world of theater that we were kind of watching and seeing, so we kind of can give feedback.
And I've started my own theater company.
Oh my goodness! How can we have forgotten that topic? Yes, absolutely. Give us the rundown on that, Autumn Smith.
Well, as I live in Muskoka now. I decided to bring quality theater performance and education to the area.
Yeah.
So I started a company called Littlewood Smith.
Nice.
And of course, it's my last name combined with
Muskoka.
my idol, Joan Littlewood.
Ah, very good.
Yes. So,
so what type of things are you teaching them up there? Like, what type of classes do you have running? For anybody up in Muskoka who wants to know more about this.
Yes, come join us. Right now I'm just focusing on youth.
Okay.
So putting youth in the driver's seat, devise collective creation.
Ooh, fun. Yeah.
And we'll see. And
all right.
I'll be doing something with a little theater up there, which we'll talk more about when everything is a done deal.
All right. Stay tuned for that fun little tidbit.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes.
So we've talked it. We've given you the plot. We've given you why Autumn chose this show. Autumn, why don't you now give us the production team of this mega musical masterwork?
Let me go back to my notes here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, I mentioned this before, but it's written by our good friends Benny. No, I'm going to mess this up.
Oh, goody.
So this is one of those things. I practice these. I even had Siri say them back to me. So it's Bjorn Ulvaeus. That's how Siri said it.
Mm-hmm.
He's part of the ABBA team of Benny and Bjorn.
Okay.
He's a Swedish songwriter, producer, and a member of the Swedish mega musical group ABBA.
Love it.
He's the co-composer of the musicals Chess, Christina från Duvemåla.
No idea what that one is.
Mamma Mia.
Of course.
I don't know if that's actually how you say Christina från Duvemåla. But it's, you know what.
That's when you should go up in Muskoka.
You know what, you just BS it and people will go along for the ride. And he co-produced the film Mamma Mia with his great friend and colleague Benny Andersson, who is the other half of ABBA.
That is true.
Goran Bror Benny Andersson is a Swedish musician, composer, and of course, fellow ABBA member. He also wrote those musicals with Bjorn.
Of course.
And he was involved with both film versions of Mamma Mia.
The sequel to?
And Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Meryl Streep as a ghost.
And he served as the executive producer for those.
Wonderful.
And this is a fun fact, since 2001, he has been active with his own band.
Oh, interesting.
I know. How fun is that?
Yeah.
So those are the two composers.
Okay.
And then we have the wonderful Sir Timothy Miles Binden Rice.
And here is his bio, because we do other stuff with him later in the season, but we will do his bio now.
Friends, it's long. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cut this one short.
No, you got to honor the knighted man.
He's great. So it's actually not that one. He's an English author and lyricist.
Okay.
He is best known for his collaborations with one Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes.
With whom he wrote Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Of course, Jesus Christ Superstar,
Yes.
which we will come to, and Evita.
Yes.
With Bjorn and Benny, he wrote Chess.
Mm-hmm.
He also wrote additional songs for the West End revival of Wizard of Oz.
Did he really?
Yeah, with Lloyd Webber.
Of course.
And the musical King Dave. Oh, wait. And he works with Alan Menken.
Of course he does. Yes, he does.
And he...
Big Disney Renaissance, those two.
Right. Well, once Ashman had passed,
yeah.
He became one of Menken's solid partners. So he was involved with Aladdin.
Yep.
How cool is that?
Yep.
Beauty and the Beast, and the musical, the very popular musical King David.
What the hell is that
Anyone? Bueller? Didn't think so.
No.
He also is a frequent collaborator with Elton John.
I was about to say.
He did Lion King, Aida, and did the DreamWorks animation Road to El Dorado with Ennio Morricone, who is he wrote The Mission. Awesome composer.
I wonder, because they just announced Elton John's going to be doing the music for the new Devil Wears Prada musical. I wonder if they'll bring in Tim Rice to come help with that.
I don't know, but one of my, because I used to work at Stage Door Manor in New York.
Yes.
Shout out. Hey, Stage Door.
Make sure you're listening.
Yeah. One of the people working on that was a former student at Stage Door when I was directing there. Shayna Tao.
Really?
Phenomenal.
Okay.
Just, I believe she might have worked on Waitress as well.
Oh, very good.
Bareilles.
Yeah.
Gifted.
Okay.
Gifted musician.
Awesome.
And writer. So I don't know if Tim's on that one. He's been ousted by Shayna. That's great.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry,
well.
Tim.
Oh, well.
Tim's got a lot of credits to his
place.
name.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, look at Sondheim. He had his run throughout the 70s, 80s, 60s, and now he's kind of taking a back seat.
He's helping other people.
Exactly.
It's great.
That's what he does now.
He is one of the most celebrated lyricists in British popular culture. Of course he is. He was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for services to music in 1994.
Awesome.
He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
As he should.
He's an inductee to the Songwriters Hall of Fame, is a Disney Legend recipient, and is a fellow of the British Academy of Songwriters, Composers, and Authors. This is fun. 2016 Sunday Times Rich List values Rice at £150 million.
Whoa!
He is the 15th richest music millionaire in the UK.
Okay.
And he is one of 15 artists to have won an EGOT.
There we go. So in our last episode of West Story, we couldn't figure out who won the EGOT. Now you know.
Ta-da.
It was Tim Rice who we were thinking of.
Timmy.
So Timmy is our first Mr. Rice. Sorry,
yes,
Mr. Rice. We have figured out you are our first EGOT person of the podcast.
EGOTs, I love it. Do you know what that's from? EGOTs.
Music Man, of course.
Very
it's
good.
Sunita.
That's very good. I'm so glad. I was
Of course.
Please say that's not going to be lost on you.
No, hell no.
It might have been lost on me, depending. You never know.
EGOTs.
So the piece was originally set to be directed by Michael Bennett.
Okay.
Of Chorus Line fame.
Yep.
After casting the show and commissioning the set and costume designs, he had to draw out of directing it because he had health-related problems due to AIDS-related lymphoma.
Oh, no.
And he died so tragically at the age of 44.
Wow, he was young.
Well, it was in that time.
That's
right?
true. 80s,
Yeah, it was the 80s.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff going on with the AIDS crisis during that time.
Yeah.
And we'll have to talk about falsettos.
Yes. That's on our upcoming
list.
season list of shows that will be talked about. So who came in instead?
That was very tragic. So, Sir Trevor Nunn.
Famed director of Nicholas Nickleby,
yes.
Cats.
Oh.
Les Mis.
So good. Trevor Nunn.
He's coming to Toronto.
What?
He apparently he's doing a new production of Cats here in Toronto. That's going to be coming up in November.
There's not very many directors I would like to meet, but Trevor Nunn is one of them.
I would agree with that.
He beyond like the musical stuff he has done, he was the artistic director for the Royal Shakespeare Company, the Royal National Theatre, and the Theatre Royal Haymarket.
Oh my goodness, he's
like
just
every major place. He's done Mackers.
Yeah,
I mean we're not in a theater, so I can say Macbeth. He's spanned his career has spanned into operas, musicals, Cats. You've mentioned Les Mis.
Plays,
like so many plays.
Yeah.
He's been nominated for the Tony Award for Best Direction of a Musical, Best Direction of a Play, Laurence Olivier Award for Best Director, Drama Desk Award for like anything. He's
got it all.
He won Tonys for Cats, Les Mis, and Nicholas Nickleby.
That two-parter epic.
And I'm going to stop here because Nicholas Nickleby, I saw it, Mervish brought it.
I wish I'd seen this production.
Mervish brought it, and to this day, it is in the top 5 productions that I have ever witnessed.
Okay.
It was miraculous.
I wonder if they recorded did a recording of it.
They might have, but they did it with the Chichester Festival. That's who brought it.
Okay.
But it was a revival of his original staging.
Okay. I'll have to check Broadway HD where they... Yeah. Do you know what Broadway HD is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll have to check on that to see if they have a copy.
But it's long, but
it's a two-part play.
Magic. I saw it 3 times, both parts.
Oh my goodness! Like, how did you sit through all that? That's like
because it was just
6 to 10 hours.
Simple, beautifully crafted storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like
someone's got to do a revival of that play.
Yeah, or do another Dickens play.
Yes,
and just I love Dickens. We
will be talking about Dickens in an upcoming episode.
Yes, in season, but you have to wait till season 2.
Season 2, but then also Dickens is referenced in a musical this season. We'll get to that.
Oh, probably. I know what you're talking about. I think I do.
Okay, we'll find out when we get there.
See, now he's piqued my curiosity.
Okay.
Trevor Nunn is one of the most influential people in British culture. So says the Telegraph in 2008.
Yep.
The chess is his one-time favorite musical, I think. He said in 2001 interview with the San Francisco Chronicle, Tim Rice admitted that after the comparative failure of Chess, his all-time favorite, he became disillusioned with the theater.
Really?
Yes. He commented, "This may sound arrogant, but Chess is as good as anything I've ever done.
Ooh.
And maybe it costs too much brain power for the average person to follow it."
Mr. Nunn. Those are fighting words.
You bring it. You bring it.
I would say I like Les Mis more than Chess.
I would just like to say, we will notice that Tim Rice is not on Mamma Mia.
That is true. He is not.
So he's pretty true to his word. And
was Trevor Nunn? No, Trevor Nunn didn't do anything Mamma Mia.
No, but I'm saying, that's kind of, he's setting himself apart.
Yes.
In the what he deems to be an intelligent music.
I wonder what Trevor Nunn thinks of Mamma Mia the musical.
Oh, I think he probably hates it. I'm going to speculate that he has written off Benny and Bjorn.
Poor Benny and Bjorn.
Poor Benny and Bjorn, but you know what? They're making a lot of money.
It's true.
So, they're ABBA.
Yeah.
And they keep on making money off their songs.
Absolutely. Well, apparently they're getting back. Apparently they're doing a one last world concert tour of the original 4 ABBA people.
I would so go see that.
We should go see that and do a Patreon
review
once our Patreon is set up.
Sorry, that was me drinking my morning latte. Everyone, it's iced. The clink, 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 clink. Then you have one more person involved in this.
Who is that?
It is the person who wrote the book.
Oh.
For the American version.
And who was that?
His name is Richard Joanne Nelson.
Okay.
An American playwright and librettist. He wrote the books for James Joyce's The Alive.
Okay.
And the Broadway version of Chess.
Okay.
And he also wrote the critically acclaimed play cycle, The Apple Family Plays.
Never seen that. Is it good?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I do not know it. I know James Joyce's work, obviously, but I don't know that musical.
Okay.
No, I only know Chess.
Fair enough.
Which we'll get into.
All right. Is that it for the team?
That's it. Sorry, that was very long-winded.
That is okay. This is a big team. A lot of big name members on this team.
Yeah, it's ABBA. It's
true. ABBA and Trevor Nunn and Tim Rice. Like,
yeah,
4 big names of musical theater, right? Like names. Mixed all in here together. So,
big names.
Production history-wise, this is one of our more interesting storied production histories. And you probably can jump in because you probably know it a little bit more than I do. So, lyricist Tim Rice had long wanted to create a musical about the Cold War. During the mid-1970s, he had discussed writing a musical about the Cuban Missile Crisis with his usual collaborator, composer Andrew Lloyd Webber, which I think would actually be a great idea. Like JFK singing.
Oh, I don't know.
But the idea, unfortunately, never came to fruition between the two of them. In the late 70s, Rice got the idea to tell the Cold War story through the prism of the long-standing United States-Soviet chess rivalry. He had earlier been fascinated by the political machinations of the 1972 match of the century with Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky, I guess is the Russian name.
We'll go with that. Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
However, when Rice wanted to start working on the new musical in 1979, Lloyd Webber was already underway with his own independent musical. And can you guess what that musical was?
What's that? Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yes, he was busy doing another one of his own independent productions. Can you guess which one it was in 1979 he was working on?
Cats.
Bingo. So
I win.
You
What's
do. You get all my adoration.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Mm-hmm. So Lloyd Webber was working on Cats, which means he was unavailable. Therefore, it was suggested that Rice work with Benny and Bjorn.
I love it.
Because, that'd be the natural...
From the neutral Sweden, right? They're in neutral territory. I know who will write this musical with us.
Yes, exactly.
The Swedes. I love it. It's great.
Because apparently Tim Rice knew that these two, Benny and Bjorn, were looking to develop and produce projects outside of ABBA land. So He was like, all right, let's do it. So all through 1982 to 83, the 3 men worked on the music and lyrics. It was decided to raise funds. They would release a concept album.
Yes, I love those.
It's true. Like, Tim Rice is like king of doing these concept albums. Like, he did it for Evita, for Joseph, for Jesus Christ Superstar. Yeah. Like, it's a proven method for him that works. So he's like, if the thing works, why change it? So as we talked about, directorship changed hands. So with Trevor Nunn directing, Chess premiered in London's West End on May 14th, 1986, at the Prince Edward Theatre, and closed 1989 on April the 8th. The original production starred Tommy Coburg as Anatoly, Elaine Page as Floris Vassi, Murray Head as Freddie Trumper.
Yes.
So fantastic cast. The show received mixed reviews overall, but ultimately it became favorable with critics, with some complaints about the show being too long and not having enough depth. Now we get into where this show takes a bit of a right turn down the rocky road, is when the show came to Broadway in 1988. It was dramatically changed to fit American audiences. Such changes include making Florence an American. The main
AKA, they dumbed it down.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Exactly.
Call it what it is.
It's true. I would say the main difference between the London and Broadway is that in the London production, there was only about 2 or 3 minutes of spoken dialogue. Now, in the reimagined Broadway, there's like a full-on book that was supposed to clarify topic and plot points. It really becomes a 1/3 dialogue-based musical. The play's American incarnation was also notably different by having the settings and lyrics, song orders, in a completely different Act 2 from the British version. In particular, in the American production, the entire show is about one chess match, not two in the original British version, where it totally switches setting from Murano to Bangkok. Mm-hmm. Now it's all setting around one chess match. Act 1 involves the first part of the match, which is held in Bangkok, Thailand, while the second act handles the conclusion and is set up in Budapest, Hungary. So there you go. Mm-hmm. Also, the incumbent champion is switched in the American version. That is Anatoly Sovietsky rather than Freddie Trumper. So basically, Freddie wins.
In the American version.
According to my research, yes. No. And the winner is Sovietsky. So Anatoly does win. But they switched it so it was the American that was kind of the winner at the beginning, and then ultimately it's Anatoly who comes out on top.
I think no.
Or is it the other way?
I think it's the other way around.
Okay.
I haven't read the book, and this is my apology. I have not read
the script,
the book of this musical in a very long time.
Well, there's so many different versions of it now, where it's like it's hard to figure out which version is the right one that gets done. Because like they have that one, they now have the concert versions they did. Like it is like this musical has gone through so many revisions. It's like, why change it when the 1986 version that opened in London seemed to be the one that worked best for people? Either way, the production opened on April 28th, 1988, but it closed due to poor reviews and audience attendance. Low audience attendance on July 25th after only 17 previews and 68 regular performances. So an absolute flop for Mr. Rice and Benny and Bjorn.
So Freddie, the American, in the American version, the Broadway version, Freddie wins Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. So let's see once again they changed it up to make the American come out on top.
How the legacy has changed hands. Because, chess is at that time a pretty Russian stronghold.
Yes.
So they changed it so he became the world champion.
In true American fashion, when something comes to America, they have to win.
Yeah. God forbid.
God forbid. Just wait till we do the musical of the War of 1812 and the Canadians come out on top in the Canadian version, but then we change it in the American version.
Actually, Canadians wouldn't do that. They'd probably let the Americans win. It's so nice.
It's true.
Oh, to be polite, we'll change it around.
Yes. Either way, so the production was nominated for 2 Tony Awards for Best Leading Actor and Best Actress.
Yeah, Judy Kuhn.
Yeah. Fantastic Judy Kuhn.
I love Judy Kuhn.
So good.
But I don't love her as much as Elaine Page, but we'll get into that.
Yes. But either way, that's kind of the production history.
Well, and there's been a couple of
concert versions.
They do concert versions, in fact.
Because it's such a big show.
Groban was in
Indeed,
one.
with Idina Menzel.
Yeah.
As Florence.
No,
and also Adam Pascal came to be Freddie Trumper in that one.
That's right.
That's the version. We'll get into that because that is the version I know best.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm very sorry.
Well, you can't find too many other recordings or versions of it to watch.
I could have shared it with you. Oh no, you just listened to it.
It's
a concept album. Just go with it.
Okay. Okay.
We didn't have YouTube in the 80s, Mac. I mean, really.
What would we do without YouTube these days? The amount of bootlegs you now can watch.
I mean, you might just have to sing.
That's
sing
true.
This stuff. I don't know. Get some old sheet music in there. Great.
Okay.
All right.
So
that's awesome.
So Autumn, what was your first experience with this musical?
Oh.
As we know, you chose it, so clearly this has been a musical that has stuck with you since you first heard it.
Yeah, let me just go into my notes. So I came to this literally when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Oshawa Little Theater youth group.
Very nice. Same one that did West Side Story?
No.
With your brother?
That was the older Oshawa Little, that was the Oshawa Little Theater.
Okay, so this is like the junior version?
Yeah.
Okay, for younger ones.
Hey man, community theater is a great place to start.
I love it. That's where I got some of my first breaks.
I learned a lot of things. I learned a lot of confidence. Mm-hmm. Anyway, my friend and colleague John Stefanek, who is now the resident director for Disney. He's worked on Lion King forever. shared a song from Chess with me
as
a possible piece to do.
Okay.
And it was I Know Him So Well.
Great song.
And then I was like, well, I guess I should listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I went,
good luck on that one.
And I think I bought the tape. This is how old I am, everybody.
The cassette tape?
I bought the cassette
Very
tape.
good. Was it one of those big ones like Phantom where it was like 4 cassettes?
Oh, yeah.
Double-sided?
Dude, it was a ghetto blaster to end all ghetto blasters. I'm telling you. It was everything. It was everything. And it reminded me a lot of Jesus Christ Superstar and one of my other favorites, Tommy.
Oh, okay. Like the Who's Tommy?
Mm-hmm. Great music. It was a really great a new rock musical.
Well, that was the 80s, man.
It was the 80s, and
big, mega, loud.
I guess
rock opera musicals.
Just who I am in the world.
I love it.
I love it. Like, there's just a lot of meat to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first, coming into knowing of chess, and then a few years later, I ended up choreographing a version of it for the older Oshawa Little Theater, like
very
the older,
cool, yeah,
older group,
yeah.
And I fell like so deep.
Is this a show you will do up in Muskoka?
We're gonna get to that. We'll get to it.
We'll build to Chess in Muskoka.
To our final moments of should this play be done. I'm saving it.
Okay.
I'm saving it. It's one of my go-tos on my Spotify. Like this is I rock out. And
do the kids rock out with you to this one?
No, they don't know this one.
Oh, are you saving it? Are you saving it for them because they're a little bit older?
Yeah, I think it might be like they'll be like, "Why are you singing about chess?" I don't get that. Although they play chess and I don't play chess.
I love playing chess. It's one of my favorite board games.
I've been waiting for years for someone to teach me.
I will teach you how to play chess.
Okay, date.
I got a chessboard here, so
it's a date.
So you know I can play chess one afternoon.
I feel like we should stop this podcast and
just learn about. Mac teaches Autumn how to play. That'll be a Patreon episode.
Where we'll be very quiet.
Yeah.
Or I'll be throwing things across the room.
It's a very slow thinking game. Oh. It's not one that you can do quickly. I mean, you can't. I mean, there is speed chess that people do, but like some people, like I'm a person who likes to take a nice, good, slow. You move. You look at the board.
I just want to hit the buzzer thing.
I don't have one of those.
Well,
but that is speed chess.
You gotta get a buzzer.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
And then it's one of my go-to, and it's funny how we attract people in our lives.
Yes.
One of my very best friends, Tom Buckley, who I worked with in New York, he and I would just get in a car and throw this on and
with your tape deck
the city. No, this was only a couple years ago.
Okay, so this is now like on the MP3 Spotify. Okay, so we're a little more up to date now.
It is, it's on my Spotify, and we just like belt it out.
Nice.
So, this one's for Tom.
Shout out to you, Tom.
Yeah, shout out Tom Buckley.
You better be listening.
Yeah, there's no place like home. He says home like that. It's very strange. And I make fun of him. And he's gonna love this. The only so there's 3 versions like that are recorded. There's the British version, which I prefer.
Yeah.
I'm a big Murray Head, Elaine Page fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do love Judy Kuhn. So there are parts of the Broadway one that I like the end game of the Broadway version is way better preferable to me.
Okay.
I love it. I don't like Idina Menzel. This is gonna
as Florence
as anything.
What about in Rent?
This is gonna cause waves. This is gonna cause. I can hear the ripples.
People saying
going through the sound waves. Who is this person? I'm waiting for the day when she can't sing anymore because she's a screamer and she doesn't breathe properly.
It's about 90% attitude and then like 10% actual singing.
I'm sure she's a really nice person.
Oh yeah.
But I like as soon as she comes on the radio, I turn it off. Like I'll listen to Leah Michelle sing "Let It Go" and "Defying Gravity" before I'll listen to Idina.
Just wait till we get to Wicked, people. We're gonna have so much fun.
I don't know. go see Wicked before we do Wicked, because I'll be doing some spoilers. So, so I can't listen to the new one,
the concert version with Josh Groban.
I love Josh Groban, but then he starts singing with Adina, and I have to turn it off and go to my Elaine Page version.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's how I came to it, and I just love it. I love concept albums, so.
Fair enough.
Tommy, JCS.
I have the Evita one, Les Mis concept album.
So
I don't think I have the Chess one though, so I have to go on iTunes and try and find the Chess.
You have to. It's
concept
on Spotify.
album. Is it on Spotify?
It's
okay.
on Spotify.
Mac may have to get Spotify now.
What? You don't have Spotify?
I do not.
Oh,
I have my podcast on the podcast app. I got my iTunes with all my albums. I'm like good to go.
No, you gotta do some Spotify.
All right, I'll do some Spotify.
It's great.
Okay.
Okay, how did you come to this?
Well, remember last week where I talked about Colin Wilkinson's Stage Heroes album?
Oh, yeah.
So in this week, we come to the musical the same way, because Colin Wilkinson on that album, Stage Heroes, which is fantastic if you have not listened to that one, he sings Anthem and Pity the Child. And his vocal range for Pity the Child is so powerful.
Well,
it is my favorite.
Judas.
He was the original Judas.
You know.
He was the concept album for Che in Evita.
Yep.
He's Jean Valjean. He was supposed to be the Phantom before Michael Crawford got in there.
You can't diss Michael Crawford.
All right.
Can't do that.
All right. Colin, we still want you to come on the podcast, so I'm just going to work on that.
That would be great. Well, yeah. I think Colin should totally come on the podcast.
Yes.
I think you'd be great to have as a guest.
I think so. Either way, so from Stage Heroes comes Mac's first introduction to Anthem and Pity the Child.
Yes.
And then my singing teacher was the one who taught me Anthem. And when I was learning it, I was like, where have I heard this song? And I got home and I was like, oh, Stage Heroes.
Oh, it's that Colin Wilkinson guy
exactly.
Again.
So I actually ended up performing this song, Anthem, for one of my grade 10 vocal classes.
Love it.
And then I ended up doing it as the opening solo number for our concert choir gala at the end of the year in grade 10.
I love it.
So Anthem has definitely been one of those songs in my songbook that I can pull out and go full tilt on.
I think that maybe we should have a karaoke day.
Absolutely.
Where Mac and Autumn sing. And everyone will have to listen to it or not. Your choices.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But then when I was trying to learn about the show, the only copy I could find at HMV for like finding the full version so I could learn about the show was the Idina Menzel Josh Groban recording.
No.
So that's where I first heard all my recordings. Then I found out through an interview on YouTube with Curly Carmelo that she started the national tour of chess.
Really? Oh, that's great.
I can't remember if she was Florence or Svetlana. I think she was Florence.
Oh, yeah. She was a total
Florence. So I found her on YouTube. So that's where I learned a lot of Florence's music.
I want to YouTube that now.
Yeah, it's so good.
I love Carolee Carmelo.
It's so good. Oh, actually, funny enough, follow up to our conversation about Carolee Carmelo later on. She is coming to Toronto in Hello Dolly in March. So Autumn and I will plan to go see that.
Yes.
And so we can do a review of it.
Yeah,
because I would love to see her live.
Her
for
voice is butter, man.
Absolutely,
it's like pure.
She's buttery goodness.
Oh, it's so gorgeous and rich.
Carolee, when you're in Toronto and if you want to come on our podcast, let us know. We will happily tag you in this so we can try and make this happen. Well, everybody go do that. But yeah, so basically the Josh Groban Idina Menzel version was the one I kind of knew. Yeah, I have the DVD copy of the concert as well as it's on Broadway HD, and I also have it on my iTunes. So this is the version I know. I know.
I'm sorry.
I know. But overall, like this wasn't a musical I knew super well, but it's one of those ones where I know quite a few of the songs from it, so I got a good understanding of it. But with all the different versions, it's hard. It's one of those weird musicals where it's been rewritten so many times. It's kind of like Anything Goes. Anything Goes is another musical that has a lot of rewrites and revisions from what it originally was. So fascinating. fascinating.
We just need to go back to the beginning with this musical.
It's true.
It needs to go back to what it was with Elaine Page and Murray Head. Like,
could we start again, please?
Could we start? Yes, please. Oh my god. We'll get into it, but I that was the best version. There were little tidbits in the Broadway version. Like, I do like that Freddie ends up winning. There's this.
You feel it.
You get this revenge.
Against the Russians.
Well, it's not that. It's so interesting when you listen to people write about from a country's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about this a little bit about the Jets and the Sharks in West Side Story and the bombastic nature of Americans.
Yeah.
And they nail it in this too.
It's true.
Like, Freddie is the complete opposite.
Well, yes.
From Anatoly.
I mean, look at their first songs. I mean, Freddie comes out off the plane with "What a Scene, What a Joy."
Oh yeah.
And it's like he's a rock star. He is written as a rock star coming off the plane.
Well, Murray Head was a rock star.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like,
so he comes down the ramp, and it's like, what a scene, what a joy, what a lovely sight.
Yeah, it's great.
And he's like rocking it out, and then you have Anatoly, whose first song is hold on, let me pull it up. I do have it in my notes. Chess. Let me pull it up here. Dramatic pause, please, everybody.
Dramatic pause.
Once I see the name, I'm going to be like, oh, that one. Because I can hear it in my head, the song. I just can't remember what the freaking name is.
Which version are you looking at? Are you looking at
I'm looking
American?
at the...
You're looking at the American.
Where I Want to Be. Yeah, that's his first song, which is a lot more dark, somber, Russian compared to the rock opera-ness of Freddie in Murano in What a Scene, What a Joy.
Yeah.
So,
but they both, like, what's great about Rice's writing is that they're like soliloquy songs.
Absolutely.
Like, this "Pity the Child" is like
that song breaks.
The great soliloquy song.
We're gonna get into that song.
Okay.
So we'll save our notes for that one. All
right.
I guess now we're into our top 3 songs. Autumn, what is first on your list?
I don't have favorite songs in this musical.
Oh, come on. You got to have at least top 3 that, like, if you went to Spotify, what are the top 3 songs from Chess that most often get played? Like, compared to the game of chess versus Anthem, like,
I'll tell you my number 1 song from this musical.
Okay.
Is "Nobody's Side."
Did not make my list.
It is... it's like an excavation, and when Elaine Page sings it,
Never take a stranger's advice. Never let a friend fool you twice. Nobody's on nobody's side. Everybody's playing the game, but nobody's rules are the same. Nobody's on nobody's side.
Well, she's got such a great range.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Let me pull up the lyrics to this one. So I can
never make a promise or plan.
Like, she can see how hurt she is. Like, she's a really conflicted, nobody's side.
Never be the first to believe, never be the last to deceive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody's on nobody's side. Like, it again, a soliloquy song.
Yes.
She goes between 2 things constantly.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
Is it also her I Want song, though? Or is it just a soliloquy?
No, I don't think it's her. There's no I Want in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there is an I Want song
in chess.
Well, Where I Want to Be, kind of.
True, because Anatoly doesn't want to end up in America, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what some of these lyrics are.
But, like, huge soliloquy songs in this show. You got Nobody's Side, you have Pity the Child, you have
Anthem.
Heaven Help My Heart, you have
I don't like
Anthem.
Heaven Help My Heart. That song gets too mushy.
You have Someone Else's Story.
It's one of my great favorite ones.
Like,
didn't make my list.
Okay. Anyway, like, Nobody's Side.
It's such a great powerhouse. It's a belter's dream song.
It is a belter's, and no one can belt
like Elaine Page. Well, maybe Patti LuPone. I'd love to see her Patti LuPone do, but maybe back in her heyday.
Oh yeah, but anything that Elaine could.
Well, the two of them go back and forth all the time. Patti LuPone and Elaine Page.
Although I have to say, shout out to Judy Kuhn on this too, because she also nails it.
I still a lot to prove. There must be more I could achieve. But I don't have the nerve to leave. Everybody's playing the game, but nobody's rules are the same. Nobody's on nobody's side. Better learn to go it alone. Recognize you're out on your own. Nobody's on nobody's side.
I love listening to Judy Kuhn.
She's got such a clear voice.
It's just
it
so
just
good.
rings.
My favorite Judy Kuhn role is when she was in Rags. I will never forget watching her on the Tony Awards doing Rags.
That's a musical I know nothing about.
Nothing. You know what? It ran for like 3 nights. So that's why no one really knows of it. It was a beautiful musical.
I know that it came out at the same time as Les Mis. So everybody was like, is this like the rip-off version of Les Mis?
No, so different.
Maybe it deserves a revival.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. It might just need some...
Rags and Muskoka.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
We're kind of limited in what we can do in Muskoka.
Okay, I have to look up Rags and then learn a little bit more about it.
Rags is beautiful. It's got a beautiful score.
That was your Judy who was nominated for 2 Tonys, right? Because she was nominated for Rags as well as Les Mis, wasn't she?
Well,
I think she was double nominated that year.
Oh, great!
Which is why
she's just
Frances Raphael won for Eponine.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I love Frances Raphael, but Judy Kuhn is far superior. Yeah. Sorry. I'm being Canadian. I'm not sorry. Judy Kuhn is just
she's so good.
Gifted.
One of the best voices for a Disney princess, too.
Yeah, but her range is also... But she played Pocahontas, so I have issues about that. But
Colors of the Wind.
We are not talking about that today.
That would be a Patreon conversation where we break down Pocahontas.
No, we're not going there. That's just... It's... Yeah. Like, just why? Anyway.
All right. So number 1 for you is Nobody's Side.
Yes, please.
All right. So my first one's a little bit biased.
Well,
but it is Anthem. Absolutely. I love the song. It's a great solo Act 1 button.
How can I leave her? Where would I start? Let man's petty nations tear themselves apart. My land's only borders lie around my heart.
Like, it is, once again, it's a male power vocal. And it's a love it's a love song. Yeah. It's a soliloquy love song
to his country.
Yes, it's so patriotic.
It's so
like you could take like really. I don't think there's too many references to direct where it's like I love Russia. It's just I love my country. Let's see, because I think like this song could be used anywhere. Like no man, no madness, though their sad power may prevail, can't possess, conquer my country's heart, they rise to fail. She is eternal, long before nations' lines were drawn.
No, it's about his homeland.
Yeah, because he's leaving Russia. Well, he's defecting.
Motherland,
yes.
I should say.
Which I think is something nowadays where we have so many refugees and immigrants moving around the world. This is a song that really, it can be used by anybody, where it's like...
a great song.
Where it's like, hey, like, do you miss living in the Middle East? Of course, there's a part of you that will, but like, they'll stay right here.
Well, we take our home with us.
Exactly.
Like, I can move anywhere in the world. I'm still going to be from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada.
It's true.
And there's very
and you've lived a lot of cool
hey.
places.
Yeah, but I'm an Oshawa girl. That's my home. That is my home.
Yes, and I'm a Barrie boy.
You're a Barrie boy.
Mm-hmm.
That says something about us, everybody.
Small town Ontario. That's both of us here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this song is all about like it's one of those great patriotic, like I could put it up there with like "Do You Hear the People Sing?" as like top 10 patriotic songs and musicals.
Oh yeah,
Anthem
the
would
old hills, the old
Red Hills
of home,
which we will get to.
But that's another massive patriotic song.
Yes.
In contrast to something like another national anthem from Assassins.
Yes, that's true.
A different patriotic song.
It's very true.
Right? But very good. Very good.
Yeah, Anthem, love it. I think my favorite version though is the Tommy Coburn, the OG version. Because don't get me wrong, I love Combs' version. Josh Groban does a pretty decent adaptation, but I think Tommy, he has that lovely baritone.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Rich voice to really come across as this Russian man who's defecting at this moment. It's a high emotion moment. And you also have the choir in there too, halfway through the song that just bursts in.
I cross over borders, but I'm still there
It's so good.
Can we just say, like,
bring back choirs and musicals?
Well, yeah, there's that. There's something so epic about it, but the instrumental composition of this musical is so gorgeous.
Yes.
Like, anytime I listen to this, I'm like, oh, this has to be my wedding music.
Absolutely.
Like, I want to walk down the aisle
to Anthem.
No,
what would you use?
To the
like what one? The instrumental? Oh, okay.
It's so beautiful. It's sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this for a game of chess?
Well, it's very balletic.
It is. It's very lyrical, and it's like the inner slow workings of someone's mind.
Yes.
Like that. What is someone thinking when they're looking at a chessboard? And then you get the da da da, and you get like the opposites.
Yeah.
This musical plays opposites beautifully.
It really is. It's one of those really good ones.
Even within solo songs, it plays opposites better. I'm gonna say better than almost any other musical.
And okay,
I know. I threw that down.
Throwing that gauntlet down.
I know.
Okay, so Anthem's my number one. Yours is Nobody's Side. What is your number two?
Totally. Oh, I don't know. Choosing is very hard.
Come on, Autumn. Be more American.
I know.
Don't be so Canadian.
I like all the versions of You and I. And the mountain duet, like that goes into a little bit of You and I.
Yeah, no, that didn't make any of my lists for that one.
Terrace duet.
Yeah.
This is an all too familiar scene.
This is the one situation I wanted most to avoid.
My dear opponent, I really can't imagine why.
So why I'm not dangerous then? What a shame.
dangerous. Who could think that of you? You are so strange. Why can't you be what you
want to be?
You should be scheming, intriguing, too clever by hand. I have to hand it to you, for you've managed to make me forget why I ever agreed to this farce. I don't know why I can't think of anything I would rather do.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, that song I usually skip. It's
It's so good.
I'd rather listen to like the instrumental version of the chess game, one of these great soliloquy ballads. Like the love song, it's like the love story in Chess Alone is not one that really thrills me. It's kind of like you with well, I don't want to spoil it anyway. For another upcoming episode where we talk about another certain musical that has a certain love story that you go, I skip those songs to listen to the songs from the Community instead.
Oh, right. Totally.
That is me with this one where I go...
I get it, though. I get where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Because the dynamic of the chess game
it's more compelling. Like, you really don't need a love story in this musical at all. You really could just cut all that stuff out, make it a little bit shorter, and really just focus on this conflict back and forth of the chess game. What I do like, though, is the fact that this is where Florence and Anatoly kind of fall for each other, which ultimately pushes Freddie to his ultimate fate in the game, in the original British losing version that causes him to lose because he loses his queen of the match, basically. If Freddie is the king of the board on his side, Florence is his queen, and when Anatoly takes his queen in a real chess match, you lose the game because the queen is the one that moves the board.
Is the one that it's the ruler of the board.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, I agree with you. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at something on the intranet.
What are you looking at?
Well, I wondered if Anatoly did win.
He wins in the concert version. Or sorry, yes, sorry. He wins and he goes back to Russia in that version. So this is what happens when you start rewriting your damn musicals. People can't remember who wins, who loses. Yeah, so Anatoly wins.
But it's not against Freddie.
No. Well, Freddie's already lost by that point because in the original version, they go to Bangkok in Act 2, and that's where the Russians wheel out their Rocky III Russian bot villain.
Here's what should happen with this musical. Sorry, I'm totally going to digress.
Yes, do it.
They need to take Act 1 as a concept from both and mix it with the American Act 2.
Because the American Act 2 is better, you say.
It needs to stay
with Freddie and Anatoly.
Like,
yes, well, it's their chess game.
It just gets confusing.
Why? Let's rewrite chess and do a new production. Tim writes, look us up. We will happily sit down dramaturgically, work ourselves through.
Forget none. I'll do it because I have ideas.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to direct this musical.
Okay, we'll talk about that at the end, though. Okay. So your number 2 was the Mountaintop Duet, right?
Well, it's the Terrace/Mountain Duet, depending on which one you're listening to.
Yeah.
And You and I. It's kind of tied.
Okay.
I do like the Florence Anatoly stuff.
All right.
I know.
Fair enough. My number 2 is...
Let me guess.
What?
Pity the Child.
It is! The Act 2... Not the short version of Act 1, but the full... breakdown Act 2 version where this vocal range for this song is astronomical. This is like Freddie Mercury 4-octave song where you gotta like go full out or not at all.
I was the last the woman told. She never let her bed get cold. Someone moved in, I shut my door. Someone to treat her just the same way as before. I took the road of least resistance. I had my game to play. I had the skill and more the hunger, easy to get away. Pity the child with no such weapons, no defense, no escape from the ties that bind. Always a step behind.
It's so painful.
Yes, because you see this man,
song.
and I think it's a reputation of a lot of Americans where they have this bravado.
Yeah.
But deep down, they are people who hurt.
Yeah.
Deeply, they feel the pain.
It's not like he dishes a lot of information.
He does.
You know,
oh well,
when I
you
was
find out a
growing
lot
up,
about his
survival.
family.
But the music almost compensates for the therapeutic lyrics. Like usually I don't do like, oh, here's the exposition.
Yeah.
This is what's happened to me.
My dad left me.
Oh,
My mom doesn't talk. I don't talk to.
me.
Yeah.
Pity me. But it's more than that.
Yes.
It's like he's, you know.
Well, the audience is getting the inside look of like,
yeah.
who is this man and why is he arrogant? Why is he someone?
It's a survival song.
Yes.
This is these are
absolutely.
Some fighting words. Yes.
And I think my favorite version though is the Colm Wilkinson version because once again his high notes at the end where he's going full tilt into the pity the child, do-do-do-do-do.
Pity the child, but not forever, not if he stays that way. He can get all he ever wanted if he's prepared to pay. Pity instead the careless mother, what she missed, what she lost, what she let me go. And I wonder, does she know? I wouldn't call a crazy thing to do, just in case she said,
Like he, because he's got that great
he can
falsetto-y
sing
range.
Yeah, he can do
Like
that.
he can get in there, but it doesn't sound like you're screeching. Where I've heard some guys try and sing it, and it's like, ooh, you cannot get up to that high octave.
Really grateful that this one is not a karaoke song.
Can you imagine?
I
would do it as a karaoke song.
I would too.
But I have to warm up my voice again. I haven't been a tenor in many years. I used to be
sing
tenor.
this as a karaoke.
I could see you rocking this
Yeah,
song as a karaoke.
I would love this to sing.
But yeah,
it is a great song, and again, Rice writes opposites.
He does. Well, look at like Anthem, which is like the Valjean soliloquy, to Pity the Child, which is like the Javert suicide soliloquy.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're getting the duel here of like Anatoly's one is all about him coming to find himself, just as Valjean breaks his pearl and finds his way. And then Pity the Child is the descent and breakdown of Freddy. It's like Javert's suicide is the descent and breakdown of Javert on the bridge. Just in that one, Javert jumps off the bridge into the water, and in this one, at the end of Pity the Child, Freddy's able to pull himself out of the hole and is able to actually help Anatoly win the game against the Russian Rocky 3 bot.
In the original, yeah.
Yeah.
But even in the Broadway version, it works.
Yeah.
And it's really, and this is what I really want to say about this musical. I'm going to stop here for a sec. Is that for a musical that is about something so black and white?
Yeah.
Something so technically intelligent. It is pure gray.
It is.
There's so much struggle in this musical.
Yes.
It is gray, and damn, it's why I love this musical. It's why it's just great.
It's character,
soliloquy writing.
Yes,
like
it's just,
within the lyrics.
Yes,
not so much the book.
Yes,
whatever. But within the actual structure of the song,
Tim Rice is the one that always writes the lyrics. It's Benny Bjorn who did the music for this.
Yeah,
so
God, they worked well together. Like the dynamics of the music paired beautifully with the lyrics.
Tim Rice is a fantastic lyricist. Look at all his lyrics, whether it's Evita or Superstar.
They're just so smart.
Yes,
it's like him and Sondheim.
That'd be a great combo. The two of them writing a musical together.
I don't know. I don't know the world can handle that much.
Like Sondheim could do the music. Because Sondheim always likes writing the music.
Really?
He does. We'll get into that with our history of Sondheim.
Nah.
Refinishing the Hat People. He talks all about that.
Wow.
And then you kind of...
I think he's a much better lyricist.
Absolutely he is. Look at his lyrics. Anyway, so what is your third choice?
My final choice is Endgame.
Not on my list. We have 3 very different lists.
I know. But Endgame, it's just... And it's got to be the American version.
See, I don't know that one as well. Like, I have to listen to that one.
I'm not partial to the UK version, the concept album version. I'm very partial to the Broadway version. It's so
heartbreaking.
It's like, oh God.
He's made a mistake.
I cannot go on hurting all the people who have trusted me.
He cannot escape from here.
Well, here we are, the final stages of a soul-destroying game. The sacrifice of someone I will never find again.
Check.
Never,
check.
Never,
check.
never,
check.
never,
check.
never.
Florence Vassy took you for a ride. Florence Vassy, you just haven't got the instinct of a win.
There is nothing more to do.
And Freddie wins.
And when Anatoly says, so I lose today and tomorrow, because he knows
he's going back to Russia and it's not going to be going well for him when he gets back there.
Great. He's lost.
Yeah.
His wife is,
Yeah, poor Svetlana.
Poor Svetlana, man. I was gonna, okay.
Endgame.
It's just like, and the chorus comes in like we have just witnessed history made.
Yeah.
Power moves west, ending an era. This is a great day for American chess.
This is the moment, like in Rocky 3, where Rocky goes, "If I can change, you can change.
It is.
We can change." This musical is Rocky 3.
I can't believe we keep coming back to Rocky in this. But it is. It's really great.
Mm-hmm.
It's really great. And epic.
Yes.
I love, you know me.
Yeah.
I love a little bit of epic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if you like epic, then my number 3 choice is, I think, one of the most epic songs of the damn show. It is The Deal, No Deal.
2 days later, the wife, Svetlana Sergeyevsky, makes her move.
How many times do you want to be champion anyway? Come home, Anatoly. Who needs a dream? Who needs ambition? Who'd be the fool in my position? Once I had dreams.
Now their obsessions, hopes became needs, lovers' possession.
Now you're where you wanna be and who you wanna be and doing what you always said you would, and yet you know you haven't won it all. Running for your life and never looking back in case there's someone right behind you, shoot you down and say you always knew you'd fall. When that crazy reel slows down, where will you be? Back where you started.
And at the Oriental Hotel, Walter de Courcy from Global Television plays his opening gambit.
Your father is alive.
My father, alive.
Alive in Russia, 30 years in prison.
And you think I would believe you?
Well, the evidence is conclusive, and if you don't believe me, Anatoly will. Now, you get him to lose against Vigan, and Malakoff assures me he can get your father out. And not only him.
Which is like everybody on stage, and it is like moving the chess pieces on the chessboard, where it's like Florence has to go talk to this person, and then and then Anatoly has to go talk to this person. And it's like everybody moving around the chessboard trying to get this game worked out. And I love it. It's like exposition, but it doesn't feel like exposition. It feels like you're just watching a chess game because it's mental people trying to figure out, how do I get in Anatoly's head to get him out of the game? While you got Freddie going, you got to keep your head in the game for Florence and her dad. And you got the Russian guys who are like, well, don't worry, we'll send in Svetlana. She'll take care of this problem for us.
Some of the accents are
It's so funny. But I love this one. The Deal, No Deal. Like, it is just like, and the Arbiter is narrating the whole time.
I love the Arbiter.
He's a great kind of...
He knows the score.
He does. From that lyric, he knows the score.
From square one.
He's like the MC in Cabaret or the first player in Pippin.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
great.
He is
a great role.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how you have him in the movie version, but if you were to do a film version, I don't know how the Arbiter would work. You may have to adjust that character accordingly. But this song is like just so good. Like, I listen to the song all the time because you get like all their little motifs come in too.
Yeah.
Where Anatoly and Svetlana have the I Know Him So Well meets like the what's the one he sings in Act One? Not Anthem, the other one that we keep forgetting.
Where I Want to Be.
Where I Want to Be. So like you have that, you have them doing that. You have Florence doing Nobody's Side, belting that one out. So you got Pity the Child's motif coming in there with Freddie, and he has to come talk
it's
to.
It's a hodgepodge of everything.
It is. It's like it's like One Day More, but not at the end of Act One, just in the middle of Act Two, pushing people into the final of the show and into the end game. Like, it is pushing people towards the end game of the match.
Yes.
So I love The Deal or No Deal.
Totally. This whole musical, there's only one number I would fast forward.
Okay, I got 3.
3?
Yep. So we'll go through together. So what is your number
2.
1?
Maybe I have 2.
Okay, what's your number 1?
My first one is One Night in Bangkok.
Didn't make my list, but it's definitely one I skipped to. It is so disco, poppy. Like, I get it. Like, but okay, this is a song that has transcended the musical. I still hear it on the radio at work.
Of course,
people still play it. It was in The Hangover too because they said it in Bangkok, so they had to use that song. Mike Tyson sings it at the end.
Oh Lord, Lord.
One night in Bangkok and the world you're an oyster. The bar, the temples, but the pearls ain't free. You find a garden and be golden cloister. And if you're lucky, then the gods ain't she.
Benny and Bjorn and Tim, I hope you got a lot of money for that.
I bet they did.
A lot. And you should ask for more.
Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know why we go to Bangkok to begin with. Like, why the heck do we go to Bangkok for a chess match?
Because it's a world tour, right?
Oh, that's true.
So Bangkok's fine, but I don't know.
I don't like this song.
I don't know. It's like, oh, we need and because it was a concept album,
right? It's like Superstar. You had to find that one hit that would go to the charts and make you your money, so you could then go and do the show.
And I mean, there were 2 top chart toppers.
What was the other one?
I Know Him So Well.
Oh, it's true.
Right? Which I love, which we didn't really talk about. No. It is a great song.
It's a great female duet.
It is. And
it's a very rare one, too.
They're rare, right?
Wasn't it good? Oh, so good. Wasn't he fine? Oh, so fine. Isn't it madness? He can't be mine. But in the end, he needs a little bit more than me. More security. I know him so well.
I mean, there are a few male duets, but like usually they're comedy. But we'll get into that one in another show.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. One Night in Bangkok, yeah, definitely one I would skip as well.
Fast forward.
Yeah. My number 1 is The Embassy Lament.
Oh, my dear, how boring. He's defecting. Just like all the others, he's expecting us to be impressed with what he's done here. But he hasn't stopped to think about the paperwork his gesture causes with an embassy to run here.
which is the one that comes right before Anthem and is sung by the guys working at the embassy, where it sounds like a typewriter. That whether do 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 ba da 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 da. It's like it's just it's so I don't. It's like. This is such a nothing song. That's only in my notes. It's a nothing song.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's there. Like, turn that into a quick dialogue moment. It's like, who cares what the guys who make your freaking keys? Like, just get to freaking the end of Act 1. I have to go pee. This is a long-ass show, and I want to hear Anthem at this point. Like, these characters don't come back. They're not important. Like, I would cut this song in a freaking heartbeat. It is so... the melody is cool, but it's like... Ugh... Yeah, the Embassy Lament. It's just one of those ones where I'm like, why is it here, people? Like, are we just trying to... Like, it even sounds like Swedish. Like, it sounds like the Abbey...
Yeah.
It's like, come on, people.
Sounds like Inspector Gadget.
It does. I don't like
Did
this.
you say that?
Yeah, I don't like this one. I love that cartoon growing up, though, Inspector Gadget. Shout out to all my 90s kids out there.
Yes.
But yeah, Embassy Lament. Definitely one where I'm like, skip it. Let's get to Anthem here, people.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your number 2? You said you may have a number 2.
Heaven Held My Heart.
If it were love, I would give that love every second I had. And I do. Do I know where he'll lead me to? Did I plan doing all of this for the love of a man? Well, I let it happen anyhow. And what I'm feeling now has no easy explanation. Reason plays no part. Heaven held my heart.
Yeah, didn't make my list, but one again, another.
I just don't know. I'm just kind of like.
I'm like, can we not give Svetlana another song? Because like she only has like one.
No, I just wish it weren't so. It's a little wishy washy.
It is. Well, it's like well, it's Heaven Held My Heart. It's like okay, it's like okay. Now we get the conflicted lover song where like you got to give that moment. But like
you have someone else's story.
Oh, that song is so good. And that song breaks my heart every time. It's like poor Svetlana, stuck in the Russian gulag.
But then
gets dragged out for one job.
Yeah, I know. But then you have Florence, who is the female lead technically, and that's the song you give her.
Well, she's got so many other great ones. They had to give at least one going to Svetlana if she's going to show up halfway through Act 2.
They could have another good one for Florence, or just take it out.
Take it out and like do a reprise of like Nobody's Side.
Yes,
that's what I would do.
That'd be great. Can't get enough of that song.
Okay, my number 2 is The Merchandisers. Because that one, I personally feel there are a few too many ensemble songs in this damn show, where it's like we need to really strip this musical down to the chess game and the plot. Yeah. Like there's okay, so getting into the damn chess game, like you have the Hymn of Chess, the Merchandisers, the History of Chess, the Diplomats, the Arbiter. It's like, and this is all before we get to the freaking number one, like chess game number 1. It's you have Call Me Newspaper. It's like it takes so long to get into that first match. And it's like, why are we hearing about these merchandisers? Like nobody, like once again, it's one of those ones where like, why are we like, why am I listening to this? Like focus your like Bjorn, Benny, and Tim. Focus, people. Like it's like,
interesting because the British, the concept album, it has like 4 albums on side 1. It's Murano.
Yeah.
The Russian and
I love Murano.
And Where I Want to Be.
Yeah.
And then the opening ceremony, which is 9 minutes long, but it's the Arbiter with the ensemble of townspeople, Russian heavies.
Yeah.
Russian heavy. And merchandisers. And then you get the quartet. That's side one.
Oh my goodness. That's a big side one.
Well, it's not. It's
like,
over
what are the lyrics
20 minutes.
What are the lyrics to merchandisers?
It's over 20 minutes. But I get it. It's just a different layout in the
new versions.
Yeah.
Like for me, I just go. It just drags, and it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like it does much to do. Like there's one that's like talks about clean your teeth with checkered toothpaste. Wear our vests, our kings and queens on bouncing breasts. It's like Tim Rice. Your lyrics are funny.
That's great.
Yeah, but then it's
I love that.
But then it's like you
great
could
lyric.
Yeah, but it's like you could even buy a set and learn to play. We don't mind. We'll sell you something anyway. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could get it. Like it's like at all these matches, like they're commercializing chess, but it's like
which is ridiculous.
It is, but it's like we don't need that song.
I don't know. Again, it's playing the opposite.
It is, but it's like we don't need that opposite. Just get me to the damn chess game.
I know.
Focus your story, people.
I know. I get you.
You can tell there was no dramaturg, or if there was, this person didn't hone them in enough.
Well, and then you look at the Broadway version of this,
and it's
then
paired.
You add in a script
on top of that. It's like no wonder the show was so freaking long.
It's so long.
Yeah. Okay. What is your? Do you have a third choice?
I don't.
Okay, I do.
Okay, what is it?
The Story of Chess.
No, I love that song.
Each game of chess means there's one less variation left to be played. Each day got through means one or two less mistakes remain to be made.
Not much is known of early days of chess beyond a fairly vague report
that 1500 years ago two princes fought, the brothers, for a Hindu throne.
And mother cried, for no one really likes their offspring fighting to the death. She begged them stop the slaughter with her every breath. Sure enough, one brother died. Beyond belief, she told her winning son, you have caused such grief. I can't forgive this evil thing you've done.
Each game of chess means there's one less variation left to be played. It's so...
I know, but for me, I'm like, I just want to get to Murano and what is seen. Because, like, that's where, like, if I'm going to start a movie version, that's where I would start the whole movie. Because it's like, plane flies in, and Freddy's off the plane, and it's like, because in that one song, you get the whole, what the heck is going on. The story of chess is a great kind of background on like the game of chess, but it's like, do we really need a background on the game of chess? Do we need to know about the princes who created the game as a representation of war without actually having to go into war because they don't want to make their mother upset? Like,
see now, in the actual play version, though, this might put it into context.
Okay,
the story of chess serves as a prologue. Yes, so this is. I want to check my memory of this, but. Florence's father, Gregor Vasi, is a Hungarian revolutionary.
Okay.
And he explains the story of chess to Florence as a 4-year-old before the two are separated in the midst of a violent rebellion. Yeah,
okay, see, that's more interesting than what I've seen in all the other versions where it's just basically the arbiter comes out on stage with a spotlight and he goes, this is the game of chess. And I'm like, no, seriously? No. Like,
no, that's stupid.
Move it along here, people. I like that idea though of like it ties in with Florence's backstory of like why does this kid love the game of chess? Well, because her dad, before he was ripped out of her arms, told her the story of chess, and it's probably one he's told her a few times as a guy who probably likes the game of chess.
Well, it's how one describes war.
Yes,
and that's the whole point of the hymn of chess. It's true, right?
Yes.
The two brothers,
that are fighting because they don't want to really go to war because their mother would be very upset with them, which is a great idea.
It's awesome.
Can we not do that now in real world? Just have a bunch of leaders just come sit down and play games of chess to win world power.
Here is my thought on that. They wouldn't be intelligent enough to understand the game.
Okay, so the story of chess is one that like I think if it's done like the way you described it,
it's great.
I think that is really plot important. But I think in the ways I've seen it, where it's just a solo arbiter number, I'm like, no. Give me straight to Murano in Freddie's entrance, because that is such a rockin'
It is
opening number. Like, do-do, do-do,
yeah.
do-do, do-do, Marana,
I love
Marana.
Marana. Yeah,
Like that is one of those few chorus choir ensemble numbers where I'm like, yeah, this song rocks.
It does.
Like, especially when they do soprano, alto, tenor, bass, do-do. Like, it's just so funny.
It is.
The water tastes like wine.
It's
fantastic.
It's Murano.
Yeah. Where is Murano?
I think it's Italy.
Is it Italy?
As far as I know.
Okay.
Murano, Italy. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. So, Autumn, now we get to the end where it is the big question.
It is Italy. That's why water tastes like wine.
That makes sense.
It's taking me to booking.com conveniently.
Autumn's going to Milano, everybody.
We're going to Italy. Bye-bye. Yeah.
All right, so now we're at the end. Should this musical be revived? Autumn, can I go first on this one? Because I think you got a longer answer than I do.
Okay.
All right.
You go first.
All right. I say yes.
Okay.
I say with the current Russian-American relations we got in the world right now, you could easily do a revival of this and get really into the whole current machinations of the politics between America and Russia, especially with our current president of the United States and Putin. You could get into a lot of fun reconceptualizations in there, as well as I think, like, everybody talks about movie musicals that should be made, like Wicked and things like that. I think this is one that would kill as a movie. Obviously, pare it down a bit. You gotta like work it, like get rid of a few ensemble numbers, focus really on the plot of the game.
Yeah.
But I think this is one that could be a really good movie musical.
Right.
Because these are all Oscar-winning characters, where it's like deep, intellectual. I love this show. I really do love this show.
I do too. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is like they're like, it's the game of chess. Like, it's one of those timeless. Everybody knows the game of chess. It's a world-known game, and everybody can get something out of this musical, whether you're Russian, American, Italian, from Bangkok.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about power and the way people grab and take power and the games that go on to get power.
Yes.
It's so good. Okay, Autumn.
It is great. It is one of my favorite musicals. That's why this bit of information is so hard for me.
Why?
I don't know if it should be revived.
Why?
It needs an overhaul.
Well,
if it's going to be done,
that's what we would have to do.
It needs to be overhauled, because right now
3 different versions.
It's not even that. It's just stuck in a very particular time in a very
in the
particular
80s
place.
Yeah.
Around something that not very many people
care about anymore.
Like, if you look at wars,
yeah,
and you say Cold War, people go, "What's a Cold War?" Like, do you know what I mean?
That's people read a damn history book.
And what's USSR? What is
people read history books.
I know, but it's not in our contemporary vernacular in a way that it was in the 80s.
That's true.
So I don't know. I think it would need a complete, you'd have to retain the music somehow, but there's got to be another way through it. So no.
Maybe you got to make Anatolian, change into maybe Middle Eastern characters. So then you get the more modern Middle East war versus American war.
I don't know. I don't know if you need to make the war
current.
It needs to become more au courant. I don't know if you set it in some place that is war torn, but then you'd have to change the score. It would have to be reflective of those
areas.
Yeah, and you would have to consult composers from those areas, because otherwise you would be appropriating.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This one's really tricky. It's been a musical I've wanted to direct forever, but as I was researching it, I'm like, oh,
can we still do it?
This is really hard, and it's chess.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see a movie musical done about this, but
would it sell?
No, it wouldn't. I don't. What it is a great musical to do with theater school students.
Yes,
because it has so much of the struggles for the characters.
You can really get into it.
It's really great acting material. So I would say like Sheridan. I would, Sheridan, Randall, like those places.
Need to do
Juilliard, this would be a great choice to study.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there are certain plays that are just a little bit dated.
Yeah.
And I would say
this is one that unfortunately comes. There's a few that we will get to that will feel a little dated.
It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But whereas Oklahoma doesn't.
No, Oklahoma has a timeless quality to it.
Or Carousel doesn't.
Carousel, certain topics I think in there not aged well.
But they haven't aged well, but it's interesting to look at how far we've come as a study. This one is kind of like,
what more does it have to say at this point?
Have we come that far with Russian relations? I don't know.
We'll leave that question there.
We'll ask that question after the impeachment happens.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. That's me foreshadowing.
All right. So I guess that's it for this episode. So that's it for this podcast. Thank you all for listening. Yes. As of now, we are up and running. So we've actually been able to see where some of you are listening from, including the Philippines, Kentucky, Wales, England. Like you guys are rocking it out. So thank you.
Canada?
Yes, we are all over. So thank you everybody for listening so far. We really do appreciate it. Thank you to Mr. Brody Wells for creating the fantastic theme music.
Way to go, Brody.
Yes, we love it.
Wait 1 second. Doesn't Brody have his own thing on Spotify?
He does. Yes, let me pull that up. Mr. Brody Wells. He is a hip hop guy. Yeah. Funny enough, he actually released his own album called Father Flows.
That's it.
Because he has become a father to lovely, beautiful baby Delaney properly, but Laney for short. Let me see. What is the Spotify
thing? So you can also check him out.
Yes, absolutely. He's got some great tracks.
Brody,
yes.
On
Spotify. Yep, on Spotify. Be sure to do that. Please and thank you.
It is.
I'm not loading right now.
I'm gonna tell you.
All right, you tell me.
Father Flowzus.
There you go. How do you spell Flowzus?
It's FLOWZUS.
There you go. So if you like musicals and hip hop and rap, then this is like your guy. He is a well-rounded, fantastic gentleman, Mr. Brody Wells. So thank you, Brody, for all you do for us.
Way to go, Brody. Thank you.
Let's see here. Where am I at here? Oh, right. So next week we'll have another preview for you so you can see what is coming next.
So exciting.
Yes. In the meantime, be sure to check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages, all at Before the Downbeat.
Yes.
Make sure you are liking and subscribing. Make sure you give us 5-star reviews on iTunes so we get more noticed on the iTunes search charts.
Yeah.
Please and thank you. We are still building the Patreon page, so that will come up in a later episode once we are ready to release that. Autumn, where can listeners find you?
Well, now I have like a new website. So,
do you?
Yes.
Oh, look at you.
For my new company called Littlewood Smith.
All right.
So it's littlewoodsmith.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can also check out Littlewood Smith on Facebook and Instagram.
I follow already. It's great.
Littlewood Smith.
I love it.
Or you can just check me out at Autumn Smith or Autumn DM Smith on Facebook and Instagram too. I love followers. Follow away.
Yeah, and I'm at Mackenzie Horner at all social media forums. We would love to hear more from you. Other than that, I think we can safely say thank you again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a theater enjoying a musical.
Yes.
Stay tuned, everybody. See you next week for our preview. Bye.
Bye-bye.